Right. This is 2021 October monthly test pass paper. And first we will discuss the questions in part 1. Part 1, question number 1. We have 9 sub-questions. We'll see that what are the questions we have and discuss them one by one. The first one, when you have this kind of paper content and you have the space in the right side, so when you are writing the answer, it is better if you can maintain, if you can maintain that the equation mark like this in order. So then it is neat, your answer script. With the first of all, you can do something like this. So then all the answers are in order, right? So then here that everything in order. -3, you know, when you have two brackets like this means -3 multiplied by -1 and the answer is +3, right? The answer is +3. A negative number you multiply by a negative number, the answer is +3. But normally when we write the final answer, you can keep the answer like this. Then the next one, you want to rewrite this question 3.22. 10 to the power 2 means 10 multiplied by 10. That means 100. So when you multiply a decimal number by 100, what will happen? That we have learned this, that the decimal man is moving to the right side 2 steps. And when I was explaining, I have told you that really the decimal man is not moving anywhere. Only the place values or the digit values are changing when you are multiplying by 10, 100 and 1000 or dividing 10, 100 and 1000. But for our easy reference that we are telling it that the decimal man is moving to the right side if you are multiplying and it is moving to the left side when you are dividing. Here that I multiply it by 100. So therefore, I want to move 2 steps. So then my answer will be 322.0. If need, you can conclude your answer 322 like this, because no point of writing 322.0. So then final answer you can write 322. So then the next one, 3 to the power 0, answer 1, right? The answer is 1. How I got this answer straight away? We know when the index is 0, whatever the base value, I will remind you that if you can't remember that if it is 2 to the power 0, the answer is 1. 5 to the power 0, the answer is 1. X to the power 0, the answer is 1. M to the power 0, the answer is 1. Whatever the base value, maybe that let's say they have given 2a over b to the power 0, still the answer is 1. So either you have a whole number or a fraction, algebraic variable, whatever it is, if the index is 0, the answer will be equal to 1. Then the next one, they have multiplied x by 0. When you multiply anything by 0, the answer will be 0. It may be that a number, a variable, fraction, a negative number, anything you multiply by 0, your answer will be equal to 0. Then the next one you have to do with the steps again. 32.6, that the 10 to the power -2 means that the 1 over 10 to the power 2, right? The first of all, you want to convert the negative index into positive index. So then you can write down 32.6 multiplied by 1 over 100, because here earlier we learned that the 10 to the power 2 means 10 times 10. 10 times 10 means 100. Then straight away what I did, because earlier I have mentioned about this, 1 over 10 to the power 2 means 1 over 100. That multiplying something by 100, right? So then 1 over 100 means that it is dividing 32.6 dividing by 100, right? So you multiply something by 1 over 100 means you divide that number by 100, right? So then I wrote it like this as a division. So then here I write 32.6 divided by 100. So then what will be the answer? That it wants to move 2 steps to the left side, that it gives you the answer 0.326, right? So then the next one, you want to correct the number to second significant figure. First of all, you want to underline the second significant figure, that is 3. After underlining the second significant figure, you want to look at the next digit. If that next digit is 5 or more than 5, we need to add 1 to where we add 1 to the underlined number. So then I write this 2000. So then here that I can't use the equal sign, that I use that the approximately equal to 2400, and inside the bracket I write 2SF, right? So then the second significant figure is 3. Then I check the next digit. If that next digit is 5 or more than 5, we need to add 1 to where we need to add 1 to the underlying number. So then that becomes 2400, right? So then I will move to the next question. You want to write this number in standard form. Hope you can remember that if you have a whole number like this, first of all, you want to rewrite this whole number with the hidden decimal man, that the decimal man is here at the end. After finding the decimal man, then you can convert this number a number between 1 and 10. So then what is the number you can get in between 1 and 10 here? 2.398. To write this number, how many steps I should come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should come 5 steps. Therefore, it is 10 to the power 5. And in the exam, you are not showing these arrows, that you can do it in mind. And then how many steps you came? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 10 to the power 5. Then the next question, you want to write this multiplication, that the index 2 index numbers, that multiplication, same base value, and you want to write the answer in index form. How you are going to write it, children? That you write a to the power 5, right, plus negative 3, right? So this is how you want to do. That the 5 plus negative 3, when you have the same sign, how do you write to the 5 minus 3? So then the answer is a to the power 2. A to the power 2. Okay. So then the next one, that you have the equation. So then you can simplify this equation here. Then we have another question also here. So then the 2x plus 9 equals to 10. Okay. So then I keep 2x here. Then 10 minus 9. So then the 2x means 2 times x. Everyone please mute your microphones. 10 minus 9, it is 1. So then what you can do, that you write the x value, and it is 1 divided by 2. Either you can write that the x value has that the x equal to half or 0.5. Both the answers are correct. If you have written half, that is fine, or else if you have written it as 0.5, that is also correct, right? So then we will move to the last sub question here. You want to find the value of this. Here you have the negative index. When you have the negative index, first of all, you want to convert this into positive. For that, you want to get the reciprocal. So then 1 over 2 to the power 1. So that means 1 over 2. If need, again, you can write the answer 0.5 as you find the value. But if you have written the answer as half, then that is also fine. Now, before moving to the next question, we'll double check whether we have done this correctly. This is how you also want to do on the exam day. After writing a particular question, that you just quickly go through and see whether you have done it correctly. So then the positive 3, yes. 10 to the power 2 means 100. So 322. And 3 to the power 0, it is 1. Please mute your microphones, children. Right. So then x you multiply by 0, it is 0. 10 to the power negative 2, that it becomes 1 over 10 to the power 2. 1 over 100 means dividing by 100. And that you want to go to decimal places, 0.326. So then the second significant figure is 3. Look at the next number. So then you want to add 1, 2,400. 239,800.0, 2.398, and I want to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 to the power of 5, it is correct. 5 plus negative 3 plus and minus, it becomes minus. 5 minus 3, 2. Then 2x plus 9 equal to 10. And 2x equal to 10 minus 9, 1. So then 2x means 2 times x. You keep x alone and send multiplication 2 to the other side, 1 over 2. That is 0.5. 2 to the power negative 1 becomes 1 over 2 to the power 1. That means 1 over 2 and it is 0.1. So then we have done all the answers correctly. Right. So then this is question number 2. And you want to give your answer as a fraction. Now, when you have two the fractions like this is the p over 9 and equal to 3 over 8, that we have a very popular method to do this, that is we call the cross multiplication. So how we are going to do that? P you multiply by 8 and then 3 you multiply by 9, cross multiplication. That one numerator multiply by the other denominator and the other numerator multiply by the earlier denominator. So then I'll bring the sum here as I don't have the space. So then I have 8 times P equal to 27 and that the P is equal to 27 over 8. Either you can keep the answer like this or else you can convert this into a mixed fraction. This is 8 times 3, 24 and 3 over 8. You can write the answer like this. So we double check whether we did it correctly. P over 9 and 3 over 8 is the question. P multiplied by 8 and 3 multiplied by 9. 3 times 9, 27. 27 divided by 8. 8 times 3, 24. 24 plus 3, 27. Yes, it is correct. So then we will move to this Roman number 2, where you have the x variable in both the sides. When you have the x variable in both the sides, what we do normally, we bring the x values to the left side, that is 3x you keep as it is, and this positive 2x you bring here, the negative 2x, and then the 9 you have, and the positive 2, it brings here as the negative 2. 3x minus 2x, it is 1x equal to 7. So then x is equal to 7. We double check that whether we did it correctly. 3x plus 2, 2x plus 9. And 2x bring to the other side, it is negative 2x. And positive 2 brings to the other side, it becomes negative 2. 3x minus 2x, it is 1x. 9 minus 2, it is 7. Yes, that is done. So then the next Roman number 3, you can see two angles on the straight line. So when you have the two angles or the 2 or 3, the many angles on the straight line, whatever it is put there, the angle A and 128.5 will be equal to 180 degrees. How do you know this? So this theory you write inside the bracket, angles on a straight line, right? You write angles on a straight line. And when you are writing like this, you don't write that the angles on a straight line add up to 180. That part you don't want to write because already you have shown that add up to 180 with the equation. So then you want to find the angle A. So then 180 degrees minus 128.5 degrees. So then you come to the working column to this corner and write that the 180.0, then 128.5, and you subtract like this. 51.5, right? So then you double check the calculation. Yeah, it is correct. So then the A value, the A angle value, it is 51.5 degrees. Okay, 51.5 degrees, that when you get the subtraction. So then we will move to the next one. The next question, it is again 51.5. Find the value of B. Right. Here, children, you can see two parallel lines. Can you see the two parallel lines? And you have a transversal. And two parallel lines and the transversal. And see that what kind of angle you can see here. That this is something like this. So then this B angle and this will be B. Can you understand why? So then you can mark on the diagram itself, right? So then you can mark this one also as B. Wait, I will write. So then this angle as B. Why? That you can write the reason also. That why you mark this as B, that is alternate angle, right? Alternate angle. And when you are finding the value of these angles, so that you may have used different approaches, that you can find the value of B using the vertical opposite angles and the interior angles, or sometimes you can do this with the corresponding angle concept. So then here I decided and I selected the alternate angle method. So then this angle will be B. After finding that B and 92 will be equal to 180. Why is that? That B and 92, they are angles on the straight line. Therefore, I write the reason, angles on the straight line. Angles on the straight line. The reason of selecting that as B, it is the alternate angle. Angles on the straight line. So then I can find the B value. 180 degrees minus 92 degrees. So then I get the answer 180 minus 92, that you go to the working column again. 180 minus 92. So then here it is 8 and 8. The answer is B is equal to 88 degrees. Right? So then we will move to the next one. Please switch off your microphones, children. Those who got late, please switch on your microphones because I'm recording this session. Right, so then the Roman number 5. What is the value of the underlying number? Here, Pute, I have something to mention you that this is the underlying number. So then the 4, if I get this, so that is the 1000 place, right? So this is the 1000 place, thousands place. What is that? That is the place value of the digit 4, right? This is we call the place value of the underlying number, right? Place value of the underlined. So let me turn to the down. Place value of the underlying number. Right, underlying number. But what they ask, they are not asking the place value. They ask value of the underlying number. So then that should be 4 into 1000. The value will be equal to 4000. The value of the digit. Here we write the value of the digit. The earlier that the 1000 value of the digit. So then if you write that by any chance that the 1000, that you have written not the value of the digit, but you have written the place value of the digit, right? Value of the digit. So then we'll look at the next one. Round off 284,987 to the nearest 100. So then first you want to understand the 100 place. So this is the 100 place. And you look at the next digit. If that next digit is 5 or more than 5, we need to add 1 to where we need add 1 to the underlying number. Now here that when I add 1, what will happen? 9 plus 1, that becomes 10, right? But I can't write that the 10 that here, I just write 0 and that 1 I add to the 4, then that becomes 285,000. So then here you write nearest 100. Nearest 100. Okay, so we'll double check whether we did it correctly. The 100 place is 9. Then when you look at the next digit, it is more than 5. If it is 5 or more than 5, we need to add 1. To where we need to add 1? We need to add 1 for the underlying number. So then it is 9 plus 1, 10. So then I write 0 over there. And that 1 will bring and add with the number 4. Therefore, that becomes 285,000. This value is approximately equal when you correct it to the nearest 100. So then that is the, that is the question number 2. Yeah, so this is question number 3. Then you can see the diagram, and that diagram, it is a triangle, but it is a special kind of triangle. You can see, so then here they have marked 2 lines, 2 sides. These are equal when they have marked like this. So what kind of triangle is this? First of all, you want to understand this. This is an isosceles triangle, right? So this is an isosceles triangle. And in an isosceles triangle, we know these angles are equal to each other. So what is the relationship between A and B? So then the relationship between A and B is A angle is equal to B angle because it is an isosceles triangle. That they give the reason here that I have written this is an isosceles triangle. That, and I want to explain you one more thing. When you have the isosceles triangle, don't expect to have the equal angles like this, Pute. Always it is not like that. Let's say you have the same ABC triangle, right? That I will draw 3 angles that the same ABC. Let's say, right? So then that this time these 2 angles are equal, the sides are equal. If so, the equal angles will be these 2. By any chance, if these sides are equal, in that case, the equal angles will be these. And if these 2 sides are equal, in that case, the equal angles will be this. Don't expect that when you see the isosceles triangle, 2 sides are equal, always the base angles will be equal. That is not the way. The base angle will be equal in the diagram or in the isosceles triangle which is given in the question paper. But we can't expect always that only those 2 lines will be equal. There can be such situation like this, right? In that case, how to find the equal angle? So then always you want to get the angle, that the opposite here, that like this. Whatever the side equal, that you want to get the equal angle like this. That is the relationship you can find in the A and B. A angle is equal to B angle in value. The reason is because this is an isosceles triangle. Then you want to write the answer as a single expression in index form. Now you can see that that you can do it in 2 ways. I will explain both the methods. That the first method you can do it like this. That the 2, first you write that the A plus B, then you write 2 to the power C here. Right? So then you write thereafter, as this is a division, 2, then you have that the A plus B. From that you deduct C. So then ultimately you can write the answer to A plus B minus C. That is one method. Or else straight away you can do this, Pute. you write that the 2 to the power a plus b minus c, because that when you see the multiplication, the indices are added. When you see the division, the index is subtracted. So how we can do like this? Because here all the index numbers, we had the same base value. So then the next one, how many halves are there in 20? Before that, you want to understand that you have a cake, or else you have a loaf of bread and you cut it into two, right? So then this is the half and this is half, right? So then how many halves you had for one loaf of bread? So then you have two halves. So then it gives me one, right? So that means for one, I have two halves, right? The two halves, right? So then we will write it like this, two halves inwards. For then the 20 loaves of bread, if I have, what will happen? It becomes 40 halves, right? So then they are asking how many halves are there in 20. So then you can find 40 halves in there, the 20. So you want to get that simple, the structure like this. Then the next one, you want to find the value of this. First of all, you want to convert that the 5 to the power negative 2 is equal to 1 over 5 to the power 2. That means 1 over 5 times, 5 times 5. So then we write that the 1 over 25, right? So this is the method you want to follow, right? So then I will erase this as I don't have the space. Right. So then here that you can add this, that the 1 over 25 plus 5. How do you write this, Pute? That it is the same way. 5 plus 1 over 25. So then you can write is 5, 1 over 25. Right. So that is the value of this. Right. So you can write this as a mixed number. 5 to the power negative 2. You can write 1 over 5 to the power 2. So 1 over 5 to the power 2, you can write as 1 over 5 times 5. So that means 1 over 25. So 1 over 25, when you add with 5, that you get a mixed number, a whole number and a fraction. You add them together. It gives you a mixed number, that is 5, 1 over 25. So then draw a rough sketch from a bridge, the bearing of supermarket. That from a bridge, that what I have told you, that the from a bridge, that you write the letters you want to use. That the bridge, I use capital B, right? So then the supermarket, right? So then here you can write them like this. Then the supermarket, you write it as capital S, right? So then the from the bridge, no. So then you mark bridge and then you want to mark the north direction from the bridge, capital N. And 110. When you have 110, that we know it is more than 90 degrees. This is the 90-degree mark. Therefore, that I mark it like this. And here it is the supermarket S. And here I want to mark the degree value, that I want to show that it is moving to the clockwise. And here I write 110 degrees. This is how that you want to mark the north direction, the bridge, supermarket, and the angle value and the arrow. You want to show that it is moving to the clockwise direction. So then that is the question number 3. So then you can go through this and see whether you have got the answers like this. So then this is question number 4, and they are Roman number 1. They have asked us to correct each number to first significant figure and give a rough estimate. Now, when you have this kind of question, children, that what you want to do, that you write that the 9.8, that when you correct to the first significant figure, so this is the first significant figure, you look at the next number, it is more than 5, so then this becomes 10, right? So then if you take 2.9 also, what happened? The first significant figure is this. So then that when you look at the next digit, it is again more than 5. So then this becomes 3. Then the next one, that the 5.2, the first significant figure is this, right? So then when you look at the next digit, it is less than 5. Therefore, you can write 5 as it is. After getting these values, you use that the approximately equal sign, and then you multiply 10 by 3 divide by 5. Then we'll see that whether we can simplify this. Yes, 5 times 1 and 5 times 2. So then the 2 times 3, it is 6. So that is the estimated value after correcting each number to first significant figure, right? So then the next one, a person buys an item for 40 pounds and sell it for 25.55. What is the loss? So then here the selling price is lesser than that. Why you get a loss? What is the reason to get a loss? That the selling price is lesser than the buying price. That the selling price, it is lesser than the buying price. Right, so this is, oh sorry. So then it is buying price, right? So then how to get the loss? So then you want to get the difference. So that is 40 pounds. Subtract 25.55, right? Normally that when we calculate that, we deduct that the selling price minus the buying price to calculate the profit. But here that you can use the same formula, children, then you get a negative value. When you get a negative value, you know it is not the profit, it is the loss. Here we realize that the loss is the situation where the buying price is higher than the selling price. That means you are selling something for a price which is less than the buying price. So we want to find the value. So then how we are going to find it? So then it is 40 subtract 25.55. Yeah, so then the answer is 14.545. So then the loss will be that it is 14.45. Right? 14.45. Right. So then the next one, we want that they have given the equation and we want to find the C value. To find the C value, you want to substitute the value given that the B is 3, subtract D is negative 3. And when you are writing those negative values, you can use the bracket, and the E is 60. Then the negative, when you have two signs closer, so then 3 plus 3 divided by 6. 3 plus 3, it is 6. 6 divided by 6, the answer is 1. Right? If 10 apples cost 6 pounds, how much is an apple? Give your answer in pence. Now, children, that you want to understand one thing. When they have given this in pence, so it's better to convert 6 pounds also into pence. This is easier for you to do the calculation, right? So then you can write 6 pounds as 600 pence. So then the cost of an apple. Cost of an apple, how do you find? That you divide that the 600 pence by 10. So then it gives me 60 pence, right? Then the next one that you have, you can, if need, you can expand this. It is easier for you to do the simplification. 15 times A divided by 3 and 6 times A divided by 5 and 6 times A divided by 3. here that the 5 times 1, 5 times 3. Look at this carefully. So then 3 times 1 and 3 times 1. 3 times 1 and 3 times 2. That's it, that I can simplify with the denominators. So then what will be my numerator values? The numbers I have 1 times 2, 2, 2 times 6, 12. So then 12 multiplied, A multiplied, A multiplied by A. The whole thing you divide by 1. Because the 1 times 1, 1, 1 times 1, 1. So then my answer will be 12A cube, right? So that is all about the question number 4. That wait, I will show you that the whole question. So then this is how you want to get the answers for question number 4, and that is the end of the part 1. And that the part 2, you have 2 questions. That one is worth of 10 marks, the other one is worth of 20 marks. And I don't add these 2 questions, answers for these 2 questions in this video, that because that both of them are from the construction lesson, right? You want to take your pair of compasses, ruler, protractor and everything and do the constructions. Therefore, that I don't discuss these 2 questions, that if you need any clarification, you can go through the construction video, that separately, that there is a video that where I have discussed that from the beginning, how you want to construct a simple angle to how to construct a triangle, and that all the content related to construction. So then if you need to clarify these 2 questions, you can go through that video. Okay, so then that is the end of 2021 October monthly test pass paper.